Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Everything going good? Perfect. Let me grab everybody and we'll get it started.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Can you just confirm, we don't have any Spanish speaking defendants this morning?
Correct. I asked and I'm showing none.
Okay. And do we have a Spanish interpreter on the line?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. This is Aida Fernandez.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Fernandez, it doesn't appear that we're going to need your services this morning, so I'll excuse you. If we do need you, we'll give you a call.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Hey, let's go to court. Wait. Johnson, you're up first, please.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning, Your Honor. It's Diane Johnson, and it's 11/1/1984.
Ms. Johnson, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on two different matters. The first is a warrant sworn out by Judge Randy Judd at the Benson County related to charges of driving on suspended or canceled license from July of this year and failing to appear for a scheduled court hearing from October 14th. And the second is a charge in Pima County Justice Court from yesterday evening. And this relates to a charge of driving on a suspended or revoked license. Just remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I don't believe you're being held on anything else. Yeah. Okay. Ma'am, do you have alternative means of transportation down to Cochise County?
I just got in contact with the transition center here at the jail, and they said that they would be able to help me get down there. My last court for the domestic violence in Pima County, I had the option to go to court via Zoom or over the phone, so I did make it to that one. I was wondering, do they have those options also?
Well, I don't know if they do or not, but if I release you from custody, I'm going to need you to be able to get down to Cochise County at a minimum. They may have a virtual means of being heard. I don't know. But if I release from custody, you're going to need to be able to get down there in person if necessary. Do you think you could do that?
Yes, through the transition center here in Pima County. They said they help with cab fare.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Johnson, I'm going to set a hearing for you in the Benson Justice Court for December the 16th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
All right. If I release you, you need to promise me you can appear at that hearing. Can you promise that?
Yes, I promise.
I'm going to release you on that promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs or drive without a valid license.
Okay.
And again, that hearing is going to be on December the 16th at 9 a.m. at the Benson Justice Court. The address will be on the paperwork you'll receive from this hearing. And on the next matter, the one that you approved yesterday, I'm going to set a separate hearing on December the 10th at 8:30 in the morning. That'll be here in the Pima County Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear on the 10th here at the Justice Court?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then I'll release you on that, and you promise you'll be seen by Judge Victoria Steele. Again, that's December the 10th at 8:30. Please make sure and keep the copies of the paperwork you received from the hearing. Do not miss any hearings. And if you feel like you're going to have any sort of conflicts, you need to contact the courts respectively immediately. Do not miss the court hearings, otherwise you can end up with a new warrant and right back where you are. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Ma'am, that's all I have for you. You'll be released later today, and good luck.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Daniel Katz.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning. My name's Daniel Katz. Date of birth is 11/01/1981.
All right, Mr. Katz, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on, 3 charges. Alleging misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct, allegedly occurring yesterday evening. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. I'm just going to take a look here at the report and the other documentation for you. All right. Doesn't appear there's an elevated risk in this based on the Form 4C. The alleged victims, I should say, didn't object to you being released or having further contact. I am a little concerned with potential safety issues involving firearms. So, sir, I'm going to set a court hearing for you on December the 10th at 10:30 in the morning at the Pima County Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
You know,
Well, the address will be in it, but it's in downtown Tucson. Do you feel you can get to the downtown area on the 10th?
okay.
All right, then I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 10th at 10:30, and I will release you on promise you can appear at that hearing. Can you promise me you'll appear there?
Absolutely.
I'm going to order additionally that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not possess any firearms or weapons. And if you have any firearms in your possession, you just surrender those to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released. So you have to take those weapons in a secured fashion to local law enforcement with a copy of the order from this session, and they can easily store those. But I'm, again, just a little concerned for everybody's safety. I don't want those to be misused in any way.
Absolutely.
I'm not
I
gonna-
understand, Your Honor.
I'm not going to order no contact with the alleged victims based on their expressed wishes, but I do need to remind you that if you do have any contact with the alleged victims, it needs to be peaceful, respectful, and if they decide they don't want to have contact with you, you need to break it off, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Then you'll be released later today. Please make sure and abide by all these conditions, attend your hearings, and good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Coleman. All the way out to the left hand side.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning. My name's Tessia Coleman. Date of birth is 2/20/1997.
Ms. Coleman, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. Being seen here this morning based on a single charge of interfering with domestic violence, interfering with the judicial proceeding, allegedly occurring yesterday evening. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. I'm just going to take a look here at the information that pretrial services and the sheriff's department have for you, so I can understand a little bit more what's going on in your case. All right. All right, Ms. Coleman, taking a look at the file as well as the pretrial services report, I do have some safety concerns, both for you and for the alleged victim. So given that, I'm going to impose a bond. That bond's going to be $500 cash secured. And I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint Mr. Christian Salter to assist you in this matter. And I'm going to set a hearing for you a little bit more expedited. It's going to be tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Robert Foreman here at the Justice Court. If you post the bond, you need to attend that in person. If not, you'll be seen likely virtually by Judge Foreman in the same way you're appearing in front of me this morning. I'll enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to the charge and advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent and the right to counsel, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent, and it's on the state to prove otherwise. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, new charges could be filed against you, a warrant could issue for your arrest, or those hearings could proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you are found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you lose the right to appeal your conviction. Do you understand all that?
I understand.
All right, ma'am. So hopefully Mr. Salter will be reaching out to you here before your hearing, but otherwise you'll be seen by Judge Foreman tomorrow afternoon. If you do post a bond, I am going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, or have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, Mr. Wolf. Okay?
Okay.
All right, man. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Opa.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, my name is Joel Orlando Pompa Jr., 06-17-1997.
All right, Mr. Pompa, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on, looks like there's two citations. No, I'm sorry. One citation alleging 5 counts of misdemeanor disorderly conduct and 1 count of violating the Sahuarita city ordinance of being in a park and consuming liquor without a permit. I just remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm just going to take a look here at the report for a second so I can get a better idea of what's going on in your case. Hmm. All right, Mr. Pompa, don't believe you're being held on any other matter except for this. So I'm going to set a hearing for you for December the 23rd at 8:30 in the morning at the Sahuarita Municipal Court. Do you know where that is, sir?
Yes, sir.
By release from custody, you promised me you'll appear at that hearing on the 23rd.
Yes, 23rd of December, right?
Yeah. At 8:30 in
Yes,
the morning.
at 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8:30 in the morning. Yes, sir, I'll be there.
I'll release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not have any contact of any kind with any of the alleged victims, to include going to where they work or live. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Then that's all I have for you. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend all your hearings. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody right before the holidays.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Andrews.
Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Good morning, sir. Judge, my full name is Ronald James Andrews III, and my date of birth is 3/29/1994.
I'm sorry, what was your date of birth?
March 29th, 1994.
Thank you. All right, so good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest. Okay. This relates to a matter from April of last year. Just make sure you're not being held on anything else. All right, sir. I'm gonna honor the bond as requested by Judge Mayhew in your case of $1,000 cash or secured. I'm going to set a review hearing for you. That's going to be on December the 9th at 1:45. And I'm going to give you or appoint you counsel. That'll be the Tucson City Public Defender's Office.
Or
You'll be seen by Judge Mayhew by video unless you do post the bond. If you do post the bond, I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victims, to include going to where they may work or live. Again, I am appointing the City Public Defender's Office to represent you.
all right.
You'll be seen by Judge Mayhew on the 9th. If you do post a bond, please make sure and attend that hearing. Otherwise, you're going to end up right back in custody.
No, how many days is that? How many days is that, sir?
That is 9 days from today.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Sir. That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Okay. Henriksen?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Lindsay Ray Henriksen, 21088.
All right, Ms. Hendrickson, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a warrant issued for your arrest related to charges of, shoplifting and
Yes.
criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just make sure. All right. Not being held on any other matter. So I'm gonna set a hearing for you in front of Judge Blue at the Tucson City Court for December the 19th at 9 a.m. If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing, ma'am?
Yes, I do. I will.
I'm gonna release you on your promise.
I promise
Order that
to
you,
go to that.
in order you
I'm
not
not.
return to the incident location or have any contact with any alleged victims.
Yes, of course.
And that's it, ma'am. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend all your hearings. Otherwise, you're gonna end up right back in custody, okay?
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Lopez Rodriguez.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Judge, Francisco Javier Lopez Rodriguez, 11/24/2005.
Mr. Lopez Rodriguez, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on 3 charges of misdemeanor domestic violence assault, disorderly conduct, and preventing the use of a telephone to contact emergency services. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm going to take a look here at the police report and the pretrial services report that I was provided with, so bear with me for a few minutes. Mr. Lopez Rodriguez, I believe you're being held in any other matter, and the alleged victim in this case doesn't object to further contact with you or to you returning to. Sorry, do you live with the alleged victim, Ms. Sion? Do you live with the alleged victim, Ms. Sion?
He's asking you a question.
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you said Mr. Seal. That's Sorry.
All right. Mr. Lopez Rodriguez, I'm going to set a hearing for you for January the 13th, 2026 at 1:30 in the afternoon in front of Judge Wendy Millian at the Tucson City Court. If I release you from custody, we promise me you'll appear at that hearing, sir?
I do, Your Honor.
I'm going to order you released on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs and that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. I'm not going to order that you have no contact with the alleged victim based on their express wishes to pretrial services. However, if they change their mind and don't want to have any contact with you, then you need to leave them alone. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. Then you'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearing on the 13th. And
Am I able to get,
abide by all these conditions, okay?
am I able to get the information, the day and the time and the address?
Yes, you're going to be given a copy of the order that I just signed, setting your court date for January the 13th. The address for the city court will also be on that, as well as all the conditions of release that I've set for you. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You're excused.
Mr. Levesque?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yeah, Joseph Russo Lovett, May 15, 1996.
All right, Mr. Lovett, this is time set for initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest in the Tucson City Court related to a charge of shoplifting from October 22nd of last year. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Yo, can we confirm there's a outstanding bond for Mr. Levett from the Oro Valley Magistrate Court?
Give us 1 second, Your Honor. 1250. Correct, Your Honor, for 1250.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Mr. Levett, you're being held on a separate matter that's not before me this morning. The only thing I have in front of me is a shoplifting case. So I'm going to set a hearing for you on this matter for December the 9th at 1:45 in the afternoon in front of Judge Mayhew. I'm going to reappoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. Oh, wait, no, it's this. I'm going to reappoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I will pose the bond as requested of $250. And that's just so you can receive time credit if that's appropriate in your case. So, sir, you'll unfortunately going to be remaining in custody unless and until you're released or post the bonds in both of the cases you have. You'll have an attorney representing you, at least in this case. I don't know about your other one, but in the meantime, please cooperate with them, and you'll be seen again by Judge Mayhew on the 9th, okay? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Lopez?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning, Judge. My name is Robert Nopedy, 5/30/1969.
All right, Mr. Nopedy, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on charges of misdemeanor domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and assault. allegedly occurring yesterday evening. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. I just need to take a look here at the police report and the pre-trial services report, so just bear with me for a few minutes, okay?
Yes.
All right, the alleged victim, in this case, your spouse, assuming do you live together?
Yes.
Do you have somewhere else you can live for the time being?
Yes.
And where is that, sir?
I can live with my son or my parents, either one. One of my children. I have three adult children.
Okay, thank you. I don't believe anything else is holding you in custody, so I'm going to set a hearing for you on January the 13th, 2026 at 1:30 in the afternoon in front of Judge Tucson City Court.
Okay.
It'll be an arraignment where you'll be formally advised of your charges and your rights. If I release you from custody, sir, you promise me you'll appear at that hearing.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. I'll release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim.
Okay.
Include going to where they work or live. I will allow you to go back to the residence one time with the police escort to gather
Okay.
any personal belongings that you may have. The way you'll do that is after release, you can contact law enforcement, arrange for an escort to be with you at the residence while you gather your things, and you will leave with that escort. You're not allowed to go to the residence otherwise. Do you understand?
Yes.
And you're not allowed to contact the alleged victim by any means, both in person or over the phone, by text, email, anything like that. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Then, sir, you'll be released later today. Please make sure and abide by all these conditions and attend your hearing on the 13th. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back in custody.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
There you go.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jesus Humberto Pedrego, 12/04/1990.
All right, Mr. Pedro, go. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. This is a misdemeanor charge in the Tucson City Court from earlier this morning. I just remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Jay, can we confirm Mr. Pedrego is being held without bond in the Superior Court?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, sir. So you're being held on a separate matter than one in front of me this morning. I don't have any paperwork or documentation related to that one, so I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 19th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Maldonado at the Tucson City Court. And I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm not going to hold you on this matter since you're already being held on the felony, but that doesn't mean you're going to be released. It just means if you are released on the separate matter, I'm not going to hold you on this one. So again, you're going to be seen by Judge Maldonado on the 19th. You'll have an attorney representing you. Otherwise, sir, that's all I have for you. Good luck. You're excused.
Okay, thank you.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jorge Silva, May 19, 1979.
All right. Good morning. This is the time set for initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on several charges of misdemeanor assault and misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct allegedly occurring on November the 29th, about 7:30 in the afternoon. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the courts or obtained at your own expense. Let's see here. Just give me a second, sir. I need to take a look at the police report and pretrial services report for you, just so I can get a better idea about what your case is dealing with here. Mr. Silva, do you have, do you live with the alleged victim, Santos Felix?
Yes,
Do you have somewhere else where you can reside in
Uh,
the next several weeks?
yes. My sister's, and also put it on the paperwork, my sister's address.
And you provided that address to pretrial services?
Yes, I did.
All right, so I don't believe you're being held on any other matter. Unfortunately, the alleged victims, I should say, weren't able to be contacted for comment on the conditions of release. So I have to err on the side of caution. So I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Wendy Million at the Tucson City Court. That hearing is going to be on January 13th of next year at 1:30 in the afternoon. If I release you from custody, sir, you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
Yes, promise.
All right, so I'm going to release you on your promise. I am going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence and that you have no contact of any kind with the alleged victims, to include going to where they work or live. I will allow you to return to the home one time to gather any personal belongings, but you're going to have to do that with a police escort. So once you're released, you can return to the home to gather any personal effects, clothing, what have you. But you're going to need to contact law enforcement first. You can call 311, the non-emergency line. You'll arrange for them to be present with you at the residence while you gather your belongings, and then leave with them. You're not allowed to go there otherwise. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. And you're also not allowed to contact any of the alleged victims by any means, either directly, in person, or via phone, text, email, anything like that. You understand that? All right. And then that's all I have for you, sir. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearing on the 13th. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody, okay?
Okay, of course. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.
Funny. Keep up.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Sophia Ziboni,
And what's your date of birth, please?
January 14th, 1989.
I'm responding. Good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Ryan Blue from the Tucson City Court. Which relates to charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, criminal trespass in the 2nd degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, and criminal littering. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm going to take a look here. I'm responding. I'm going to, given history I can see in this case, I got some concerns about your ability to attend hearings. So I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Blue for about a week from today, December the 8th at 1:45. And I'm going to set a bond for you, $500. It can be cash or secured. And I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. And then I got to finish filling out all the paperwork here. Again, I'm going to impose that bond. If you do post it, you need to appear at the Tucson City Court on December the 8th in front of Judge Blue, or otherwise another warrant could issue for your arrest. Otherwise, you will have the assistance of an attorney to help you through this. But otherwise, that's all I have for you. Thanks very much, and you're excused.
Johnson, come on up. Sure.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yeah, my full name is Ronald Jacob Johnson. My date of birth, sir, is June 23rd, 1979.
Third, time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Jeffrey Close of the Tucson City Court relating to charges of criminal damage, disorderly conduct, and failing to appear. To remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You'll look here. At your face, make sure I'm understanding what's going on.
Okay, no problem.
All right, so I'm going to set a hearing for you. This will be January the 5th at 2 p.m. in front of City Court. If I release you from custody, sir, you promise me you'll appear at that hearing.
No, I will care this time. I'm so sorry that I didn't feel last time. Like, in a court hearing, I'll definitely show up. That's a promise.
All right, I don't think anything else holding you. I am going to excuse me. When we release you on your promise, I'm going to order that you not attempt to contact any alleged victim, to include going to where this incident allegedly occurred. Again, your hearing is going to be on January the 5th at 2 in the afternoon. Please make sure and attend your hearings or contact the court to make alternate arrangements. Otherwise, you can end up brought back in jail. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd be happy with you.
Sure.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Robert Marquez, 10/11/20/1979.
Marquez, good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on two matters. We'll go through one of them each in turn. The first involves a warrant issued for your arrest by Judge Kelly Johnson of the Pima County Superior Court from September of this year. And this relates to felony charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, dangerous instrument. Domestic violence, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, dangerous instrument. Domestic violence, aggravated assault resulting in temporary but substantial disfigurement. And then 2 counts of misdemeanor domestic violence assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct, respectively. Second matter is a misdemeanor offense of possession of a prescription drug without a lawful prescription from yesterday evening. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on your felony case, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, all right, we'll deal with the warrant first. I have reviewed the warrant as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. You know, Mr. Marquez was rated a 4 and 3 on the NCAA scales. Did have, unfortunately, couldn't participate with a jail staff for a interview with pretrial services.
I've never done a TV in my life.
So again, just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. Do that community ties confirmed, and I do see one prior felony for violent offense from April 2019. State's recommendation was, I believe, to honor the bond amount requested by Judge Johnson of $50,000. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask that you release Mr. Marquez to pretrial services supervision. Pretrial services did score him as a 2, and I don't believe he has any prior domestic violence offenses. Given that, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services. A $50,000 bond is effectively going to hold him without bond. If I could just have one moment.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, this is state.
Oh, hold on. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I'm given the severity of the charges and Mr. Marquez being rated as a 4 and 3 respectively on the NCAA scale, which doesn't necessarily account for the domestic violence type of offense. I'm going to honor Judge Johnson's bond request of $50,000 cash or secured. I'll impose a no contact order with the alleged victims, a order that Mr. Marquez not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, possess any firearms or weapons, and submit to monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services if bond is posted. I'll set the arraignment for December the 8th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the misdemeanor matter, given the felony hold, I'm going to impose a bond of $250 cash or secured for Mr. Marquez. That's simply so that he can receive time credit if appropriate. I will appoint defense counsel, Mr. Christian Salter, to represent Mr. Marquez and set a pretrial conference in front of Judge Robert Foreman for tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m.
City Court, Your Honor.
That's Justice Court.
Thank you. I apologize.
No problem. And I'll additionally enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf, Mr. Marquez, and advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent and the right to counsel, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent and the state bears the burden of proving otherwise. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, you may have new charges filed against you, a warrant could issue for your arrest, or those hearings, to include that trial, could proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you're unable to be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you may lose the right to contest that conviction on appeal. You understand all that, sir?
No, no, Your Honor.
You may.
I think I addressed Mr. Marquez's question, Your Honor.
All right. All right, sir. Then that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Maybe what he's reading is wrong. Yes.
All right. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Danielle Church McVeigh, 3288.
Your last name?
All right, Ms. Cody, good morning. Time set for the initial appearance. You have a few different matters pending right now. First, we're going to deal with is a warrant issued for your arrest by Judge Nell Liskey at the Pima County Superior Court from November of 2022. This relates to charges of felony criminal damage, burglary in the third degree, unlawful use of means of transportation, and possession of a narcotic drug, all from December of 2021. Second is a felony complaint alleging possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of a dangerous drug. One sec. As well as aggravated identity theft from, or dated from yesterday.
I have cancer, so
A warrant issued for your arrest by the Tucson City Court related to charges of uplifting, criminal trespass, third degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of prescription drug without a valid prescription, possession of drugs in a drug-free school zone, and being in a park closed area after hours, and repeats of the same offenses. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on your felony matters, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I reviewed all the materials. We'll start with the warrant first, since that appears to be the oldest matter. But I have reviewed the interim complaints, the warrant, and the pretrial services report. I do note that there is a notation of a probation violation warrant from Maricopa County. That doesn't appear to be in front of me, and I don't believe that Miss Cody's being held on that.
Oh, she is. She is being held on that, Your
Oh,
Honor.
my apologies. Yes, I see it here, $750. So that's not in front of me this morning. But it's 6 out of 6 on the NCAA and FTA scales. She was deemed steps averse and eligible, at least on the drug possession complaint. Pretrial services did note that on the warrant, Ms. Cody was previously arrested, previously raised pretrial services, subsequently failed to appear, and they noted that was released twice and arrested twice. Third-party reference wasn't provided. Housing was also not confirmed. And there appears to be two prior felony convictions from 2017, 2018. A third relates to, I believe, the warrant that I just mentioned. The state's recommendation was to honor the bond amount of the warrant, $5,000. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
All right. And I'm sorry, let me just save everybody a little bit of time. On the other matter, the state's recommendation was for $500 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add on that from the county attorney's office?
No, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Defense.
Your Honor, I understand that Ms. Cody is going to remain in custody regardless because of the Maricopa probation violation warrant. However, we would ask the court impose nominal bonds for time credit on the other two cases. They are all nonviolent property offenses. The warrant case is from December of 2021. I also understand from Ms. Cody that she does have housing available with her brother, and she is undergoing some pretty intensive medical treatment right now, which she will likely not be able to receive in the jail. So given that, we would ask the court impose nominal bonds. I think the $750 is beyond her ability to pay regardless. So anything further will just hold her without bond.
On the, oh, and I'm sorry, the last thing is on the possession of a Dangerous drug possession, drug paraphernalia. Does your client wish to be screened for the STEP court program?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're saying, then of course, you can't waive time. I, on the warrant, will honor the bond requested by Judge Liskey, $5,000 cash or secured. I'll set the arraignment date for December the 8th at 1:30. And on separate felony, I will set a steps court evaluation for December the 9th. So I think, and on the separate, I will impose $500 cash secured bond for time credit purposes. Set the steps court evaluation for December the 9th with a preliminary hearing date set for December the 10th at 1:30. And I will order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. And on the city court matters. See where bond amount requested. $150, which I will honor. I'll let the city court know about the pending matters in the other courts. I set a video review hearing for December the 9th at 1:45 in front of Judge Cranshaw. And I'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent Ms. Cody on that. Cody, you got a lot of hearings going on, but you're gonna have attorneys representing you in all of them. Please cooperate with them. And that's all I have. Thank you. You're excused. It's going fast. Yes. So I noted that on the, well, I noted it on the first page, just to, yes, but I noted the check felony and the other ones. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth? I believe you guys are muted. No problem.
Christopher J. Contreras, June Contreras, 09/29/1962.
Good morning. This is Tom Tip, your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a single charge, felony criminal damage allegedly occurring yesterday evening.
Yes.
Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? All right.
You can say.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. I've reviewed the incident complaints as well as the pretrial service support and state's recommendation. I believe Mr. Contreras is pending on a city court matter, traffic related offense, but that doesn't appear to have any holds. He was rated a 3 and a 3 on the NCAA FTA scales. He did have community ties established through third party, which his wife is willing to assume third party custody. And he had one prior felony conviction from 2023, which terminated earlier this year in July.
Yes.
As well as there's a pending DUI in the city court. And that's coming up for a pretrial conference here shortly. State's recommendations for $2,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Open the state.
Nothing further, Judge.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask that you release Mr. Contreras to pretrial services supervision. He has no prior failures to appear of any kind. As the court noted, he does have confirmed housing with his family. His prior felony arrest was not for a DUI-related offense, it was for a nonviolent property offense, and it does appear that he was able to successfully complete probation without any PTRs being filed or without any return to custody. Given that pretrial would be able to require frequent drug and alcohol testing, we would ask that you release, give him an opportunity on pretrial services supervision.
The concern here is that the prior probation case terminated on July the 8th. The misdemeanor DUI, which is not the same that will be incurring in this case, occurred just July the 3rd, so prior to the discharge from probation, and is still actually pending. And the facts of this case also involve an allegation of extreme intoxication resulting in damage. I have concerns for community safety that I'm not sure pretrial services will adequately address in and of itself. Not to say anything that pretrial services isn't very capable, but given the facts here, I do believe a bond is appropriate. I'll set it at $2,000 cash or secured. I'll order Mr. Contreras not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, submit to all monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services, and not drive without a valid license. I'm going to set the preliminary hearing for December the 10th at 1:30. All right. And that's all I have. Mr. Contreras, thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm up with the bond today.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Victor Cornides, 11/07/1991.
All right, Mr. Cornelius, good morning. Set for initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on felony charges of aggravated DUI and escape in second degree, allegedly occurred earlier today. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns or want to say anything out loud, please talk with your attorney first, okay? All right,
sir.
Entry complaint, the pretrial services report, and the state's recommendation. Pretrial services didn't have any other holds, though there is a notation that Mr. Cornelius is on misdemeanor probation. He was rated 4 on the NCFTA scales. Unfortunately, couldn't participate to complete a pretrial services interview. He did have community ties, employment, and housing verified through a third party. And there is a notation of 3 prior DUIs from January of 2024. I'm sorry, 2 from January of 2024, a third from June 2024. The third of which is, I believe, the misdemeanor probation that was alleged or that was noted by pretrial services. The termination date of January 2028. State's recommendations for $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Judge, we simply want the court to consider the danger to the community at this point. Mr. Cornelius is now, this is now his 4th DUI in a very short time period. He's on probation for a DUI and he committed yet another one. And so we simply want the court to consider the ongoing danger to the community that Mr. Cornelius presents. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask for release to pretrial services. Mr. Cornelius scored a 2 on the NCA scale, 4 on the FTA scale. He's had no failures to appear, or he had only 1 prior failure to appear in the past 2 years. As the court noted, pretrial services was able to confirm his housing and employment. He has no prior felony arrests of any kind. Given that, we would ask that court consider pretrial release with drug and alcohol monitoring as they deem necessary.
All right, thank you. Given the criminal history in the relatively short period of time, I do have concerns for community safety. I'm going to oppose a bond of $5,000 cash secured. I'm going to order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order Mr. Cornelius submit to any monitoring treatment as directed, and that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs and not drive without a valid license. I'll set the preliminary hearing date for December the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Delosa?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Martin Delosa Jr., 11/3/92.
Mr. DeLosa, good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning on 2 different matters. First is a felony complaint alleging possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia allegedly occurring yesterday. And the second involves a warrant that was issued for your arrest related to charges of misdemeanor domestic violence, criminal damage, disorderly conduct, criminal trespass in the third degree, and possession of drug paraphernalia. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. In your city court matter, I'm going to order that the City Public Defender's Office represent you. To remind you, the attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns or want to say anything out loud, please talk with your attorney first, okay? All right, I've reviewed the interim complaint. As well as pretrial services report. Don't note any other holder statuses for Mr. Losa. He was rated a 5 and a 4 on the NCAA FDA scales, and he was deemed steps diversion eligible with one prior felony conviction, which terminated last month. State's recommendation was $500 bond for pretrial services supervision and a steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Defense?
Is the court able to confirm what the dates on the warrants are for the misdemeanors? I'm sorry, do you have records? Maybe. Your Honor, I understand from jail records the dates on the warrants are May 13th, 2023. Looking at pretrial services, he would have been in custody in Pima County at that time. Pretrial services says that he was arrested April 9th of 2023 in Pima County, and then he was transferred to Cochise on April 20th. And so he was in custody at the Pima County Jail at the time those warrants were issued. Given that, and given that I do believe that he is steps eligible, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision. Pretrial services was able to confirm housing and employment for him, and if he is in custody, he's not actually able to participate in the SNEPS program. So given the fact that he was in custody and thus did not voluntarily miss his city court hearings, we would ask the court release him to pretrial services on the felony case and release him ROR on the misdemeanor cases. And Your Honor, I also understand from Mr. De La Rosa that he is the sole caretaker for both of his grandparents. There's no other family able to provide assistance, and they do require 24 hours.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And on his, yeah, okay, so I see on the felony matter, he violated conditions of release. He was arrested, detained, and sentenced to prison in May of 2023. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Mr. Ellis, I'm going to release you the supervision of pretrial services and order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment as directed. I'm going to set a steps court evaluation hearing for you for December the 9th at 9 a.m. at the Pima County, Pima County Superior Court. And I'll set and I'm sorry, counsel, I forgot to ask, is defense waiving time for steps court?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Preliminary hearing date will be January the 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon. On the city court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 29th at 9 a.m. And that'll be at the Tucson City Court in front of Judge Hale. For release from custody, so you can promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
Yeah.
And I'll release you on your promise in order you not commit any acts of domestic violence. That's it. You're going to be released later today. You need to contact pretrial services by tomorrow, as well as your attorneys, Stay in contact with them and do not miss any hearings in any of your cases. Otherwise, you're going to end up right back where you are. All right.
So call pretrial services first thing in the morning. So it's a little bit of time for me to get assigned in your office. So call them tomorrow afternoon or maybe Tuesday morning. But call pretrial, they open at 8 a.m. Call them first thing in the morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
Harold?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Aaron Daniel Coots, November 7, 1991.
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning, sir. Time set for your initial appearance. Being seen here this morning based on a felony charge. Felony charges alleging possession of a narcotic drug for sale, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a firearm during a felony narcotics offense, and possession of misconduct involving a weapon and being a prohibited possessor, all from stemming from yesterday afternoon. Remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns or want to say anything out loud, please talk with your attorney first, okay? All right, I reviewed the incident complaint and the pretrial services report. I do note Mr. Kuntz is currently on pretrial services release and is pending on 2 felony cases in the Pima County Superior Court, CR 2025-3079 and CR 2025-4465. He was rated a 5 and 4, excuse me, on the NCA and FDA scales. Did have community ties verified through a third party. And I do note 1, 2, 3, 5 prior convictions.
5.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3 prior convictions. 2, I guess are convictions because they are pending sentencing. And that would be the 3079 and 4465 cases that I just referenced. State's recommendation is $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Judge, we simply want the court to consider the ongoing criminal offenses, and they seem to be escalating, Judge, with the fact that this case involves the selling of narcotics in conjunction with the possession of a firearm. Thank you, Judge.
And Pence?
Your Honor, we would ask that you consider releasing Mr. Kuntz to pretrial services supervision. As the court noted, pretrial services was able to speak with his grandfather, who gets confirmed he has housing available and he is employed full-time. I understand from Mr. Kuntz that both the cases that he's currently pending in Superior Court have probation available, please. He has no prior failures to appear in the past 2 years, and according to pretrial services, no prior violent convictions. Given that, we would ask the court release him to pretrial services supervision.
Given that I believe the state may be eligible in this case to ask for no bond, I do have some concerns about failing to appear in possible new criminal activity. So I'm going to set a bond $15,000 cash and secured. I'll order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order that Mr. Kuntz, if bond is posted, not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, not possess any firearms or weapons. And I'll set the preliminary hearing for December the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Monroe?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
William Henry Monroe III, 1975.
Monroe, good morning. Time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a felony charge of criminal damage allegedly occurring yesterday. Just a reminder, sir, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns or wish to speak out loud, please talk with your attorney first, okay?
Sir.
All right. I reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. You note in the pretrial services report there was a notation of a warrant from Queens County Supreme Court that which I'm not familiar with how those cases are identified, but it does appear that defendant is pending on that. He was rated a 3 on a 4 on the NCFDA scales. The defendant wasn't able to provide jail staff with a third-party reference. He did report that he lacks housing at the moment. And, the warrant, I believe, relates to a pending criminal matter from 2021, where I think it's post-plea pending sentencing as of April of 2023. The state's recommendation is $5,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Judge, just to confirm, this is Mr. Williams, or
Monroe.
Mr. Monroe.
Please, Judge. 1 minute.
No problem.
Judge, there's nothing further that the state would like to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, I would ask that you release Mr. Monroe to pretrial services supervision. He has no prior violent convictions, and it's Mr. Monroe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, I would ask that you release Mr. Monroe to pretrial services supervision. He has no prior violent convictions, and it's Mr. Monroe's understanding that the last time he was booked into jail, he was able to clear that warrant. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the warrant, but he does believe that he did address that last time he was brought to the jail. Given that, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision.
Thank you. And again, the warrant is not before me, so I don't have any additional information, but I don't believe he's being held on it unless Joe has additional information that I'm not seeing.
If I could just a moment, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
What ahead?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Monroe, I'm not sure what's going on with the with your other matter, but it's not holding you in this. I don't see a reason why I can't give you an opportunity on pretrial services supervision, so I'm going to release you to their supervision and order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment as they direct for you. So basically, pretrial services is an arm of the court designated to help keep people on track, obey all conditions of release, and attend all hearings. So the bottom line is, if they contact you and tell you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. You understand that?
Sir.
Then I'm going to order that you be under their treatment and supervision. I'm also going to order that you not contact the alleged victim in this case, to include going to where they work or live. And I will order that you not possess any firearms or weapons, and surrender any firearms you may have to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released. I'll set the preliminary hearing for December the 22nd. Excuse me. At 1:30. And that's all I have for you, sir. You'll be released later today. You need to contact pretrial services by tomorrow afternoon, and your attorneys, and stay in contact with all of them. Do not miss any court dates in this case, and do not miss any calls or instructions from pretrial services. Thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Thank you, sir.
Caleb Moses, you're up.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Caleb Moses. And date of birth is January 7, 2007.
All right, Mr. Moses, good morning. Time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on charges of theft of a credit card and computer tampering, allegedly occurring on November the 5th. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay?
Sir.
All right. Taking a look at the interim complaint, pretrial services report. Didn't have any statuses or holds for Mr. Moses. Was rated a 2 and a 1 on the NCAA FTA scales. Did have a community ties and housing verified through his mother. Also do note he is 18 years old and is enrolled in school. No felony criminal history or juvenile criminal history was noted. State's recommendation was for $750 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Defense.
Your Honor, I would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision. I think the court noted what's most important here. He has no prior arrests or convictions of any kind, either as a juvenile or as an adult. He does have confirmed housing with his mother. He is enrolled full-time as a student. He's a 1 on the FTA scale, a 2 on the NCAA scale, and because he has no priors, he has no prior failures to appear. He would be a good candidate for pretrial services, and we would ask that you release him so they can continue to attend school.
Ms. Moses, I'm going to release you to supervision of pretrial services in order that you submit any monitoring or treatment as they direct. Pretrial services is an arm of the court designed to help ensure that people are attending all court hearings and abiding by all conditions of release set by the judges in their case. So basically, if they call you or tell you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply with that. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to also order that you not contact or attempt to contact the alleged victims, to include going to where they work or live. Preliminary hearing date will be December the 22nd at 1:30. All right, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Noriega?
Good morning. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Gabriel Abraham Noriega, and then my date of birth is 12/23/2006.
All right. Mr. Noriega, good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on charges of armed robbery and aggravated robbery, allegedly occurring yesterday. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with your attorney before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I've reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report. I did note that Mr. Noriega is on a probation violation hold. Jail, can you confirm? Mr. Noriega is all right. He was rated a 3 and a 2 on the NCAA FTA scales. I do note that community ties can be verified through third party, and there was let's see, apart from the other hold, which also relates to a violent felony offense from August of 2024, there was a juvenile conviction from November of 2024. State's recommendation is $50,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. I'm sorry, just $50,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Judge, the state simply wants to urge the safety to the community in this case, or the risk to the community safety. the state wants to be clear that the allegations are not that Mr. Noriega actually possessed a shotgun, but he was aware that his co-defendant and accomplice did have a shotgun to this interaction with the victim, and the victim was shot in the face. He was transported to the hospital in critical condition. We simply want the court to consider the fact that the ongoing safety, the safety to the community, and the fact that the defendant was aware that his co-defendant possessed a deadly weapon. Thank you.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask that the court impose a nominal bond for time credit. Mr. Noriega is going to remain in custody regardless, given the probation hold. I think a $50,000 bond would again effectively be holding him without bond. Given that, we would ask the court impose a significantly lower bond for time credit.
Thank you. I will impose a bond of $25,000 cash secured and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'm also going to order no contact, obviously, with the alleged victim, and no firearms or weapons be in Mr. Noriega's possession. I'll set the preliminary hearing date for December the 10th at 1:30. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Sure.
Mr. Rico?
Sorry. Brooklyn to go and yeah, it's swelling up. Yes, sir.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Luis Nicolas Rico, date of birth 1880.
Thank you, Mr. Rico. Good morning. This time set for your initial appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Being here today based on charges of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. You understand? All right. I reviewed the interim complaint, pretrial services report. Do note Mr. Rico was appeared to be on release in a separate felony matter, CR 2025-4574. Doesn't have any other holds noted. He was rated a 5 and a 3 on the NCAFTA scales. Was deemed steps diversion eligible in this matter. And has one prior conviction from 2019 with a termination date of probation of February of this year. State's recommendation was for $500 bond plus pretrial services and a step court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge.
Thank you. Given this is a non-violent offense, and notwithstanding his other matter, defense, I am inclined to release your client to pretrial services supervision and schedule a steps court evaluation. Do you want a minute to talk with him about it?
He's amenable to that. We have time for the preliminary hearing.
Thank you. Then, Mr. Rico, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services and schedule a steps court evaluation so you can hopefully have your case disposed of in an alternate manner than having to consider a plea or a trial. So it's very important that you attend that hearing, that you participate fully in the program. That hearing will be on December the 9th at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court in downtown Tucson. Just in case that doesn't go forward, you're going to have a separate hearing, a preliminary hearing, for scheduled for January the 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon at Pima County Justice Court. I'm aware that you submit to any treatment or monitoring as directed by pretrial services, and that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you understand all that?
Understand.
And you're going to be released later today. You need to contact pretrial services by tomorrow afternoon, and your attorneys, and stay in contact with both. If they tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. Do you understand?
I definitely will jump on how high they want me to. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Russ.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Tyrell Rush.
What's your date of birth?
April 20th, 1999.
Thank you, sir. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on 2 different complaints alleging possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. And the second involves possession of a dangerous drug and possession of a narcotic drug. The first is from August 25th of this year. The second is from September 20th of this year. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. Excuse me. And in both cases, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, you need to speak with them before I say anything out loud, okay?
Okay.
All right. I reviewed both interim complaints. As well as pretrial services report. I do note that Mr. Rex appears to be on pretrial services supervision with in the felony case here 2025-2234. So he's not being held on any other matter. He was rated a 4 and a 5 on the NCAA FDA scales. Was deemed steps diversion eligible. And only had the 1 felony complaint or 1 felony from April of this year. Unfortunately, he did fail to appear for a pretrial conference. A warrant was issued and he was arrested previously and was released to pretrial services supervision again. And he is pending sentencing on December the 8th. State's recommendation is for, in both matters, I'm sorry, with the first being from the August case, $500 bond plus pretrial services supervision, and in the second, $750 plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Defense?
Some of the pretrial services supervision. Pretrial services, again, he is eligible for steps, which he's only able to do if he's out of custody. And pretrial services was able to confirm housing for him. I also understand from Mr. Rush that the plea that he's pending sentencing on is a Class 6 undesignated offense. And so if he's able to successfully complete steps and complete probation in that case, he would be able to avoid having a permanent felony conviction on his record. We would ask that you give him that opportunity and release him to pretrial services. And if released, we would waive time for the period.
Thank you. I will release Mr. Rush to pretrial services supervision on both matters. Set a step court evaluation for December the 9th at 9 a.m. and a preliminary hearing on both matters for January the 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon. In order, Mr. Rush, do you submit to any monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services and do you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs?
Sure.
And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Sure. Thank you. Oh.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Timothy Michael Schultz, 3/24/98.
Mr. Schultz, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. Being seen here today based on a single felony charge of disorderly conduct with a weapon, allegedly occurring yesterday. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them first, okay? I review the intercomplaint, PTI services report, and a state's recommendation. Don't note any other holds from Ms. Schultz. Was rated a 4 and 5 on the NCAA FDA scales. Employment and housing were I'm sorry, they're confirmed, but without, I believe he was homeless and deemed unemployed. Community ties through the defendant's mother were confirmed, and there was no felony criminal history noted. State's recommendation is for $7,500 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Defense?
Your Honor, I would ask that you release Mr. Schultz to pretrial services supervision. As the court noted, he has no prior felony arrests of any kind. Pretrial services also indicates he has no prior violent convictions of any kind. Given his financial status, $7,500 again is going to effectively hold him without bond. Given that, we would ask that you give him an opportunity on pretrial services release.
Thank you. Given the rather elevated PSA, the NCAA scores and the facts as alleged, I do have some concerns about both failure to appear and risk to the alleged victim. I'm going to impose a $2,000 bond. There'll be cash secured with pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'm going to order that Mr. Schultz not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that he not have any firearms or weapons in his possession, and surrender any firearms to law enforcement within 48 hours of release. I'll order obviously no contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live, and set the preliminary hearing date for December the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, thank you very much, sir. That's all I have for you. You're excused. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full
Morning.
name and date of birth?
Amy Michelle Sepchik in 8/22/1980.
All right, Mr. Sepchik, good morning. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on charges of felony shoplifting, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring earlier today. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be helping you out through this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns or wish to say anything out loud, please speak with them first, okay?
Thank you.
All right. I've reviewed the interim complaint and the pretrial services report, state's recommendation. Pretrial services didn't have any other notes of holds or statuses for Ms. Sepchik. It was rated a 3 and a 4 on the NCAA scales. It was did have community ties verified through a third party, and didn't have any felony criminal history to speak of. State's recommendations for pretrial services release. I'm sorry, release to pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Defense?
I think I agree with the state's recommendation, Your Honor, as long as the court is inclined to.
I am. All right, Ms. Sepchik, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. Normally, the court designed to help keep people on track with their conditions, with maintaining conditions of release and attending all hearings. So if they call you and tell you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply with that. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not go back to where these incidents allegedly occurred, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for you for December the 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Twitter.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Colorado Aguila Valenzuela Jr.
Your Honor, can I be heard on the interim complaint?
I'm sorry?
Can I be heard on the interim complaint? Oh, never mind.
I'm sorry, sir. Can you please confirm your date of birth, please?
January 2nd, 1993.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Valenzuela. Good morning. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on two different matters. The first is a felony complaint alleging possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring yesterday. And the second is a misdemeanor complaint of domestic violence, threats, and intimidation, also occurring yesterday afternoon. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you on the felony matter. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes.
All right. I reviewed the incident complaint. I'll just stick with the felony for now. Don't note any other holds from the pretrial services report from Mr. Valenzuela. He was rated a 5 and a 4 on the NCAA scales. He was deemed steps to burden eligible and had six prior felony convictions dating back to 2008, with the most recent in 2019.
I showed up.
State's recommendation is for $2,500 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Defense, if you need a moment to speak to the client, feel free.
Oh, I'm fine, Your Honor.
Okay.
We would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision. As the court noted, he is eligible for steps, which he's not able to do if he's in custody. Given that, we would ask to release.
I know my dad has diabetes.
All right, Mr. Valenzuela, on your felony matter, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services in order that you submit to any monitored treatment as directed by them. I'm going to set a steps court evaluation for you for December the 9th at 9 a.m. Defense waiving time on the preliminary hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now.
Preliminary hearing will be scheduled for January the 14th at 10 a.m. at the Ajo Justice Court. And so just to be clear, your steps court evaluation will be here in Tucson at the Pima County Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing, should it go forward, is going to be at the Ajo Justice Court. And on your misdemeanor matter, you reside with the alleged victim, sir?
No, I do not. She lives at I believe 1238 Jefferson. I live with my dad at 401 North Morondo. It's on the opposite side of town.
Good. And I'm going to set a hearing for you in that a separate misdemeanor matter. That's going to be on December the 16th at 9 a.m. at the Ajo Justice Court. You know where that is?
Yes, sir.
All right. If I release you from custody, you promise me you'll appear at that hearing on the 16th?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I'm going to release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess, consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where she works or lives. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then again, your hearing is going to be on December the 16th at 9 a.m. on this matter. Again, you have a separate hearing on the felony matter. But otherwise, you'll be released later today. You need to contact pretrial services within 24 hours of being released, and stay in contact with them as well as your attorneys, and do not miss any court dates in either of the cases. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you very much. You're excused.
So
Rolling.
and this one is for
The next one you have in Tucson is December 9th at 9 a.m. That's your steps here. That's a version here.
Good morning. you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Roland Michael Valenzuela.
And your date of birth?
02/10/1990.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Valenzuela. Good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on, well, there's three different matters. The first is a felony complaint alleging felony shoplifting occurring yesterday, the 29th. The second two involve warrants issued for your arrest by Judge Crystal Ann Foster, the Pima County Justice Court, from October and September of this year. First relates to charges of domestic violence, threats, and intimidation, disorderly conduct, and failing to appear. The second involves an allegation of misdemeanor shoplifting, possession of drug paraphernalia, and failures to appear. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney on a felony matter. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. I reviewed the interim complaint, the warrants, as well as pretrial services report. There are no other statuses or warrants held for Mr. Valenzuela. He was rated a 6 and a 6 on the NCAA FTA scales. He reported being homeless and unemployed, and community ties can be verified through a third party. And he also has 5 prior felony convictions dating from 2013 to 2022. The only matter was a $1,000 bond. Anything about that in the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask that you release Mr. Valenzuela to pretrial services supervision. He does not have an NVCA flag. Pretrial services, in their assessment, indicated he has no prior violent convictions, and this is a nonviolent property offense. Given that, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision.
All right, thank you. Mr. Valenzuela, I'll give you an opportunity to hopefully deal with this matter on your own. I will give the NCAA and FTA scale scores. I'm going to order that you be under the supervision of pretrial services. I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind or go back to, no contact of any kind with any alleged victim, to include going back to the incident location. And I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for you for December the 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on your warrants, I'm going to set hearings for you on December the 15th at 9:30 in front of Judge Foster. I will order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victims, include going to where they work or live. And I'm going to appoint counsel, Ms. Caitlin Waters, to represent you in those matters. All right, sir. That's all we have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
I'm off.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Scott, 112/98.
Good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on charges of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, all allegedly occurring between on or about November the 24th and November the 29th. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to assist you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. I've reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report. Do you know Mr. Wamoff appears to be on probation, but does not yet have an APO hold. He was rated a 3 and a 2 on the NCAA FTA scales and was deemed steps diversion eligible. And he does have 4 prior felony convictions. with the most recent being the one where he's on probation. Scheduled termination date from January of 2027. All right. State's recommendation was $2,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Defense?
Henry, would ask that you release Mr. Wimhoff to pretrial services supervision. Again, he is STEPS eligible. He will not be able to participate in STEPS programming if he is in custody. Pretrial services and probation would be able to provide any additional drug and alcohol monitoring or any additional treatment they believe is necessary. Given that, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services. And we would waive time if the court is inclined to release him.
We'll release Mr. Wimhoff to pretrial services supervision and order monitoring or treatment as directed. I'm going to order that be not possessed of consuming alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm also going to order that you contact your assigned probation officer in that felony case within 1 business day of release. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the STEPS court evaluation for December the 9th at 9 a.m. and a preliminary hearing for January the 14th at 1:30. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
What's the numbers for pretrial and they refer nothing?
Williams, thank you.
Goodbye.
Are we at?
Let's just figure.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Brandy Nicole Williams, 9/11/85.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Good morning. This time set for your initial appearance are being seen here today based on charges of felony unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a dangerous drug for sale, possession of a narcotic drug for sale, and being a prohibited possessor in possession of a firearm and possession of firearms during a drug offense. Mind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay?
You want to talk to her real quick?
Right ahead.
Thank you. I just
I reviewed the interim complaint and pretrial services report. Don't note any other holds or statuses for Ms. Williams, who was rated a 4 and 3 on the NCAA FTA scales. She didn't have any community ties verified through a third party. Does appear to have 9 prior felony convictions, all of which appear to be for either violent offenses or for drug-related offenses. State's recommendation was for $5,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Defense?
So the court considered releasing Ms. Williams to pretrial services supervision. Pretrial services did only score her at a 2. She does not have an NBCA flag. She's only a 4 on the NCA scale, a 3 on the FTA scale. She has no prior failures to appear in the past 2 years. Ms. Williams also let me know that she is exploring some chemotherapy treatment at Banner, and she would like pretrial's assistance with getting into some kind of inpatient treatment if that is an option for her.
Thank you. I've been concerned based on the criminal history as well as the repeated offense of the same type for community safety. I'm going to impose I'm going to impose a $5,000 cash secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted.
Excuse me, can I say something?
Please speak with your attorney before saying anything out loud, okay?
And Your Honor, the $5,000 bond is effectively going to hold Ms. Williams without bond. That's an amount far beyond what should be.
Well, ma'am, again, I do have concerns about the ability to attend future court hearings, given the history that I can see here, both for failing to appear history, probation violations, as well as criminal potential new criminal activity. So I'm going to leave that bond as is. You can certainly ask another judge to modify it if that is appropriate. But otherwise, it will be set at $5,000 cash secured. Pretrial services supervision will be ordered. If bond is posted, I'm going to order that Ms. Williams, you not have any drugs or alcohol in your possession or firearms or weapons, and you surrender any firearms you may have to law enforcement within 48 hours. I'll set the preliminary hearing date for December the 10th at 1:30. And that's all I have for you, ma'am. Thank you. You're excused.
Okay.
Jail,